and it changed everything. Jesus the King, now let every heart sing. Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Oh, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, so holy, meek and mild. New life, new hope, oh, new joy he brings. Listen to the angels sing. Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. He was born into a world that's searching for peace, that's searching for light in the dark, bringing hope. Yeah, we all need. Love came down and it changed everything. Jesus the King, now let every heart sing. Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Yeah, glory, glory, glory to the newborn King.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever it is when you're watching this video. Certainly want to acknowledge those that have come in early and have thought it not robbery when they got the notification to see what's happening over here. I've been in a fight with YouTube over why they won't acknowledge to my subscribers whenever I go live or whenever I post a video. And through AI technology, both ChatGPT and Gemini, they tell me that YouTube picks who they're going to show or will notify whenever I go live or any videos that I post. They choose who gets to get notified. And I'm like, that's not fair. And they said, well, that's the new rules, which took effect, I believe, in November, because I was trying to figure out, and thankful for those that are here and those that are coming in, why, when I post a video, I get 10 views in the first 2 or 3 hours. And it turns out that they are showcasing my video to a small subset of people who they believe are musically inclined or wanting to learn something. And if they don't click or stay longer than 10, 30 seconds, they won't post it out anymore. So you see pinned in the top comment, please don't forget to like, comment, and share. And I got my little icon there flashing so that YouTube will give some attention to when I go live, because sometimes I can go live and only 3 people show up. And I'm like, well, gee, I have And I know it's over 19 years, but 42,000 subscribers. Surely somebody uh, wants to hear what I've got to say, or at least see a breakdown of a lesson. So, enough of my diatribe. I probably will go back and remind those that are watching or those who do come in. I want to thank those who are watching from my Facebook page. We're being simulcast to my Facebook page and to the musicians in the gospel music ministry. I believe I got it right this time. Welcome. You're welcome to click on and come over to YouTube and to ask your questions about what I'm doing with AI technology. I've been posting over there just to keep you abreast. I don't believe that I should know everything, but certainly whatever I can share about this new emerging AI or artificial intelligence world we're in or era we're in, that I should at least keep those who are serving in the loop so that you will know where will you fit in this future. And as you can see, I did one song and I shared on the Facebook page the creation of Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. And I've already got 4 different versions of it. You've heard 3 of those versions, but there are more because some didn't quite go with me the way I wanted to sound. But each time I changed the prompt to get the sound I want, I was that more impressed that I could get. Is it studio quality? No. Demo quality? Yes. But that just means it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So I coined the phrase, it's better to be riding the wave, which is mean keeping up with this AI technology, than it is to be underneath looking up. So I'm riding the wave, but I must go back to the roots of this channel where we assist church musicians in their learning of songs to support them in their church ministry. I'm watching the lighting on my glasses, see if I can get it where you don't see all that blue in there. It's kind of hard to catch it. I'll figure it out though. I want to see which light or which camera view is putting that there. I'll take them all. No, I needed to read. But thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a part, those who are being simulcast. We're going to look at the first one, which I think is the easiest one. We've got a couple on there that one I'm not going to do. I might share what it is to show you why I'm not going to do it. Sometimes when it's a too involved breakdown of a song, I question the skill level of the requester because I've got to stop everything I'm doing just to figure out what's happening in the song. That's too much, as they say, for the support that I've been giving to musicians who are playing in their church, not necessarily a concert. But let's go to I think I've got it queued up, to the comments page. There we are. You don't see me. Let's see, where am I? Why am I not here? Maybe I don't need to be here. But this is our comments page. And let's go back in time. Let's see, where did we stop? Thank You, Lord, by Durance Pace. I'm going to leave that one off because I'm sure that was for the Thanksgiving season. Let me see, can I bring this up? I got too much stuff on here. I can see that right now. Thought I cleaned this page up. Okay. That's what I want to be able to do. Let's see. If we're going back in time, Gene Stapleton's not okay. I think it's that one going to do that one. Like you see, I've been busy to where I didn't get to any of these videos. Gospel version of Canyon Indeed. No, that's not a song. That's a request. Can you please do the hymn Out of My Bondage, Sorrow and Night, Jesus I Come, 3 weeks ago? Let's pass on that one. When I Think by Ricky Dillard. Wonder what that song is. As you see, most times I cannot air a song. I do have a copyright strike against the channel, so I've got to be very sensitive to sharing music on this channel, especially when it's on YouTube. So I'm going to mute System Audio and pull up When I Think by Ricky Dillard, just to get an idea what we're looking at. When I Think, I'm just typing it in, Ricky Dillard. Now I will be able to hear it, but you will not. Oh, I did do this one. I see that I already listened to it. Let me just make sure that I didn't cover it already. Let me map the music and send it to my headphones and not through my speakers. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. I listened to it. Now that I'm hearing it, I'm like, oh, classical. Kind of the, I want to say Richard Smallwood or who's the other one that does this classical? Kurt Carr version. All right. So it's in G flat. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to go, I'm going to let you hear a bit of it. I'll cry fair use and hopefully I won't get too much of a slap on the wrist. Fair use, just going to air some of it so that you can get an understanding how important it is for me as I instruct on this channel. Not teach, but I instruct why scales are so important. Key of G flat. Now that is G flat, the major scale. But if you were to go to E flat minor, they are the same notes, just starting in a different position. You'll see that why I speak to that, because when I was hearing the chords, I'm like, okay, we're in that mode of major minor, which is what some of the gospel writers have done. This song, I'm not sure how old this song is, but When I Think. So let me cue it up so that you can hear. I mean, it's going to be so short. I just want you to hear where the chords are going to be coming from, just from the opening. All right, let's go to the opening. Fair use for educational purposes, YouTube, because the YouTube AI now monitors me. Here we go. And we're going to stop right there. So what am I hearing? Major. And I often say when you learn the intro to a song, those chords are going to come back in the song. And there's my chord. Or all these notes have been a part of my growing up as a musician, learning all these different songs prior to this. So when I hear someone else borrow from the past, be it a big band sound or the traditional sound of jazz gospel, or the classical sounds or chords or tones, it becomes second nature to me to know where they're going with it. All right, just a little bit more. Fair use. So I'm hearing now. D flat. E major, E flat major. The E7, back to the Now this chord, where is it? Is it G minor or A flat minor, or is it B minor? Both, because uh, B major and A flat minor uses the same notes. That's B major. That's A flat minor. Same notes. Once you learn that concept of what they share, all of a sudden the chords will open up to you because you've been playing them all this time. They just were assigned in different keys to different songs. All right. Let's get into the song so that, and let me just mute this because I'm sure I've aired enough to trigger something. So I'm just going to play the song through and find when the singing starts so I can help this musician with this song. Okay. Thank you, which would be considered the sixth chord, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. Now, I often say I don't teach the number system, but I can talk to it as I educated myself through YouTube University what the natural number system consists of. And I found out, oh, these are the chords that I've been playing all this time. I didn't, but that's not the name I gave them. So the sixth chord is where it starts. Thank you. And it goes to the one. Now, for our viewer who requested this song, your chords or your chord nomenclature has to be up to hear the minor, the major, these turns. So if your chord nomenclature for your ears, if you can't tell a minor from a major, then my channel has 4 or 5 different series to help you educate your ears and your hands to know the difference when you're learning a song and then when you're practicing. So the minors are the classical sounds, the Richard Smallwood songs. Richard Smallwood does that a lot, goes from a minor to a major. That's how you're opening up. Thank you. So that's your opening chorus. Thank you. I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but often, as I say, when you and I see your comment, I'm going to answer you. When I show the breakdown of a chord, I'm hoping that the musician already knows the lyrics, so that's one less thing I have to worry about. A question came into the comments, and I always stop to make sure I answer the comments because you are who keep this channel alive by your comments. Can you do some example? Welcome, Crisscross Boss Sauce. Okay. Can you do some examples of talk music in C sharp, D flat for those who want to be technical? I need some help with chords I can use to open up service and play behind prayer. Normally I play a 6, 4, 1, 5, or 1, 5. See, this is when you get into the number system. This is where I become, I'll just pull this in for a second because this is important. I'm stopping just for this. This is where I become technical in the sense that the number system has been promoted so much that musicians don't speak in notes. I learned to play as an instrumentalist. We didn't have the number system. We had physical notes, physical chord names. So when you say C sharp is the church name for it. The technical name is D flat. They are both the same. In sheet music, it looks a lot cleaner on the sheet music to have five flats than it is to have five sharps, but it's exactly the same. But I'll talk in C sharp because C sharp, and I'm gonna always stop to talk to our those who comment on the channel because YouTube likes to see that. So C sharp. Let me see. You used to open up a service and play behind prayer. Okay, normally I play 6-4-1-5. So in C sharp, the 6 would be the B flat, the 4 would be the F sharp, speaking in sharps, the 1 would be the C sharp, and then the 5 would be I messed up somewhere, would be the G sharp. It's so easy to say A flat, G flat, and D flat. But so those chords are generic. When you want to do talk music, and again, I never really learned talk music because I always played a song that I could relate to what's happening in the service. So if you're doing, let me see, the 6, you open up with the 6, the 4, and then the 1, and then the 5. Okay, so that is the CCM formula for just about 85% of the songs that you hear in church today. It makes it easy for the musicians to as in a group to be able to play together, you might say. So if you're going to be in the 6, this is how I would do the 6. I would work it down a scale. And you can work that anywhere you want. And you go to the 4. 4, you said, right? I do the 4 here. So verses here, give it that R&B sound. And then I'll put the 1 here, put it a 3 instead of a 1. Then I can navigate up to the 5. Turn on the 3. And this is the nice jazz turn. Right down the scale, back to the 6. 4, 3, 5. The Thomas Whitfield turn. No, with the Thomas Whitfield. There it is. You get back to the 6. And what you're looking at doing is, with those 4 chords, create a song, create a melody in your head. On the cuff, you're just thinking about it. I got in trouble like this once before doing 4 chords, and then I got a copyright notification that I was mimicking someone's song, and I purposely spoke in the video, I'm making it up as I go, but somebody heard it, and I got a notification from YouTube. So I got to be careful of what I'm doing. I'm making this up. Now to the 4, to the 3 versus the 1, 5, and turn on the 5. Which is 7, 3, 6. These are all the concepts that you can add in, so that you're just not locked into playing the same block chords. Block chords are fine, but it's when you go beyond that. I often say, once you've learned to count, learn to speak in alphabet. B flat, C, well, okay, we're in the sharp. So A sharp, C sharp for your 6. F sharp. We'll go to your C sharp for the 1. G sharp for your 5. F, but then the 6. Then go to 6. All right. So with the other chords you had were 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4. Let's see. We'll give you the 1 here. Crossover with the to get to the 5. Take a E flat to the 5 A sharp, G sharp, and then you're going from where? Let's cross up to get to the 6. Take a 3 to the 4, and then repeat. 1, pass through the E flat or the 2 to the 5, pass the 3 to get to the 6, and now pass through all the, what is it, the 4, 1, 4, 4, 5, 1, 4. There we go. And that's the gospel turn. The passing tones, drop 2. Those are the things that's going to get you comfortable. Welcome, Chris. Those are the things that's going to get you comfortable playing block chords. Because if you just go to the chord, it's like, well, what happens with all that dead space? You never want dead space unless you're doing it purposely. If there's some kind of a melody or chords which are leading you to. So you got your 6, 4, 1, 5, then your 1, 1, 5, 6, 4. That's why the number system throws me off, because the number system in its generic state is just a chord. But from a music standpoint, it's just a path to get from one number to the next. And when you're waiting on the number to come, what are you doing in between? As you can see, I'm thinking, okay, walk past here, cross here, drop here to get to this point. I went down the scales, but drop 2. That's all I did. That my hat blocking that light. Yes, it is. It's the scales. That's the path that I look at music as. What key am I in? We're talking C sharp. How many notes do I have? Well, I've got 7 notes before it recycles, but then I have several octaves. So do I want to go up? And then I pick what style I want. Do I want classical? Do I want traditional? Do I want to stay in the jazz format? Which is what I did. All I'm doing is finding a path to get from one note or one set of chords to the next. We have another question from Chris. As a bass player, how do I improve my ear? Ooh, I don't have perfect pitch, but I want to be able to play a song after hearing it a few times for my church. Perfect pitch. You don't have it. Because my father tried to make me play bass, and I didn't like it because I didn't like the fact that there wasn't enough notes for me. Just trying to remember my bass. Let me see, E, A, D, G. That's your E, A, D, G. Okay, remember that one. Then it was C, D. I gotta remember how I did the fingering. can see my hands. You can't see my hands. Let me see. My bass fingering. Bum, bum, bum. That was the fifth fret, down one. Bum, 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 bum. Again, I have to remember how I think I did that fingering. If you don't know sheet music reading, where you can actually look at sheet music to get you in the right key, ear training is going to be a little difficult. You're almost going to have to work. Let me see. I don't have it here. Just down in my bag. I have an actual piano tuning kit where I have one of those tone generators that, if I want to tune the piano, I can have it generate the tone of C, so that when I start tuning it, then I put it on the other side of the device, and I can see if I'm tuning the piano, the key of C correctly. You're going to have to establish what note can you hear correctly. When I play piano, I've never used the transpose feature, even though it was available to me. We had a Hammond B3000 organ, the first Hammond organ to have a transposer on it. I refused to use it because I wanted the difficulty of playing in the off keys to keep my actual skill set up. So even to this day, I don't even know where the transposer is on this keyboard. It's the Korg Chrome. I don't know where the transpose feature is because I've never looked for one in my plus 50 years of touching a keyboard or touching a piano or an organ, because I want that challenge of playing in B, A, D, E, which a lot of musicians skirt from, only because they don't understand that the notes are coming from common notes that they're already playing, and they just don't know where or how to associate that. So I would say for you, let's see, I do have a bass patch on here. When you speak to a bass player, you got to give them the bass sound. Again, I have a history of playing the bass, so I understand somewhat the bass nomenclature when it comes to notes. Because I'll do that when I create my own productions. I don't get a bass player. I play the bass, if though I were a bass player. Where is it? Going through all the different tracks. I know there's bass in here. Drawers, gospel, organ. I know bass is in here. Where is it? Okay, strings. Just to talk to the actual bass player. Why can't I find brass? On my other keyboard, I know where bass is immediately. I'm on the Korg. Okay, come on. Where is bass at? Where am I? I'm in section E already. I should just pull it. Okay, we're in guitar. You see my left-hand bass. I'll go up against any bass player with my left hand. Guitar. Come on, give me the bass. Here we go. Pick bass. So you want to find what note resonates with you. Now the bass, you want to pick a good one. Finger bass. This is technically your lowest note on the bass. The E, it says F, B flat there. I know I'm going away from the lesson, but again, I'm going to recognize whenever I get comments, so to see if I can speak to it. This is technically your lowest note. Your tuning, but you have a lot of notes that you can reach on your keyboard. I think the highest note would put you up around here. I would say think quartet when you want to get your ear working and work with the lowest note. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Here's 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes that you're going to be working with to train your ears to hear these notes. Boom, boom. And this is basic jazz. Boom, 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 boom. And you're going to find these notes are going to come up in any of the songs you're going to be doing, especially testify if you're still doing congregational songs. This is training your ears. Now again, your fingers will be going boom, 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 boom. Will be boom, 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 boom. You'll be moving your hands in it, just to train your ears to hear this movement. And then later on, you're going to be adding boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Can you get that lowest note? No, because we let the string go, you don't get the lower. That's the lowest when you let the E string go. So let me see. Okay, you want to learn those basic runs. That's going to help when you're in those shout moments. You see, I doubled it. See, again, I could think like a bass player on my left hand because I played and attempted to play bass as a youngster. We're talking about 12, 13 years old, and I immediately put it down, and my other brother picked it up because I wanted to play notes on the piano. There it is. What you want to be able to do is to get your ears used to hearing the lowest notes and what you could do down in that range. Yes, I know you want to go up here. I know you want to go up there. Oh, there it is. Again, I heard the note in my head, played it wrong. That's where you want to go. But to build your ears, you've got to start at the lowest note and work your way up. Then once you get down to E, half a step up to F and do the same thing. The umpa. Four. The number system works best for the bass players when they know what key they're in. They count their scales 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and octave 1. I'll call it for the bass player because he's not on the same string. So 1, 3, 4, F4, 5, 6, half plus 6, 7, 1. Once you write out on a piece of paper or whichever way that you can score your bass notes from a practice standpoint, you will commit that to memory. So whatever key you happen to be in, you'll have a set pattern that you can pull from. It may not be the song you're playing, but you'll have a pattern. You say that, okay, if the song is going to go boom, and it's going to go to the 4, you know you can go boom, boom, boom to the 4. And if you know it's going to go down to the 2, boom, 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 and you know it's going to go to the 5, boom, 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 major. There it is. Then you'll know the notes that are associated around the key that you're in because you would have been practicing all these different movements. And this is the same thing for piano players. The more you practice scales and the different attributes of the different scales, the jazz scale, the minor jazz scale, the harmonic minor scale, the whole tone scale, all of a sudden, all these notes that you're hearing, that you've been hearing for years, will open up to you because your ears will be attuned to saying, wait a minute, I know where that scale is. And from a piano standpoint, you can go back to it. Chromatically, of course, you can go. So there is no note, as I say, left behind. After a while, and again, I played bass for a little bit, didn't like it because I could hear more notes than just the single notes the bass gives me. But I did understand the movement because I was part of an actual jazz band in high school. So, and we had stand-up basses. Yeah, we had stand-up. So we had the stand-up bass. Let's see if I can find a string bass. String bass. We got a string bass in here. Because I can hear the different basses in my head. Where's the string bass? Acoustic bass. There it is. That's what I'm used to hearing when I was in jazz band. So boom. Five, six, two, five, one. This is Barney. A movie, a television show called Barney. I can hear it in my head without even thinking about it. To the 3, to the 6, to in A, 1. So the more that you commit yourself to a disciplined practice regimen, this is before you start learning songs. Because once you start to learn songs, you say you don't have perfect pitch. I don't have perfect pitch. My pitch is relative, in that I can be a half to a whole note away from what I'm listening to. But once I find that note, then I lock in to the basic scales that are within that particular key. That's how I'm able to take songs apart to down to the first note of the chord. Because I'll listen to the chord and I'll go, okay, they're building this chord from this scale. Now, how are they approaching this chord? Are they adding a note? Or are they doing drop 2? Or are they adding a seventh chord to it? Of course, there can be so much music in some of today's music to where you're searching for what chord are they playing, and it's probably just a bass line chord, but they've layered on so many other sounds. So I think I've given you a good path, being a novice beginner bass player, what you can begin to establish as a practice regimen, and then go back to those songs that you're working on. And again, a pen and paper is always your best friend, because then you'll be able to have the key written that you're learning the song in, so you don't have to guess at it. Again, the lowest note in any song is generally where you're going to find the key it's in, especially with this song that we're just doing. Was in the key of G flat. Let me just put the chord app back in G flat so I can get back to that song. There we go, G flat. I can hear the lowest notes when they're being played, and the bass player is in constant movement for the harmonic minor chords that they're using. So let me just go back to go back to here and take us back to the piano. Right. 6. Let me see what they're doing. Down the 1, the 7, 3, and then they go to the E flat. So the 2 and E flat. That's where we had stopped off in the song. All right. Let me go back and listen to the song. I won't let you hear that. Make sure I got it turned off. I do. And we'll go back to that song. My windows are changing on me, so I'm just going to play with it. Okay, different change. Okay, there's a passing tone. Thank you. There's my passing tone to get to the 4. So those 6, passing tone on the 1 to get to the 4. Okay, we're out of the 4. Another passing tone. Okay, that should be coming the chord coming up. This is the E flat minor or G flat major, because it's both of them. Next chord. When I think, okay, when I think, let me see. When I think of the diminished chord, which is a classical turn. And continue. Another passing tone to get back to the 7, which is going to turn us. I give you praise. Okay, for all you've done for me. For all you've done for. And I often say if you learn the choir part, that's 70% of the chords in the song. I think it's going to go to a D flat. And that's the turn chord. Change one note, put that 7th on there, and you're now on your way to D flat. And I'll let you hear that change. YouTube, fair use for educational purposes. Here's the change. Okay, more than what I wanted to share and louder than I wanted to share it. That much I do know. So I'll take the hit for that. But as you can see, this is why these songs can become difficult for musicians who have no formal training in playing scales. I can hear those changes as they're coming because I've learned them from, I won't say hundreds, but from so many songs that were crafted before this song came out. Again, everybody uses the same chords. It's where they place them within the melody. That minor And you'll hear these chords a lot in the James Hall songs. What's that song? God is an awesome God. You hear it in that song. And My Soul Says Yes, you hear that chord. Uh-huh. E flat, B flat. What may diminish anyway. I did a whole lesson on that song, but you will find these chords are interchangeable in these different songs. All right, let me go take you on music and hear these changes. Okay, here we go. Just repeats. Okay, so when I think I give you praise. Now they're switching the chords. This is sort of your contemporary four. That's why I say the number system can be confusing to me. Because if you say, well, that's the four, that's not a four chord. A four chord is here, but they're here. Oh, well, it's the jazz four. Well, again, names do help in recognizing chords for those who have not had formal music training. And I always give this disclaimer: I have never been trained to play the piano. Welcome, Elizabeth. I've never taken a formal piano lesson ever. What I did was to fumble my way to listening to songs until I was able to afford a piano chord book and then a scale book. And I said, gee, all these chords I've been figuring out what they are. This is the way you finger them the correct way. And when you look at the scales, this is the scale that chord is found in. Then I went back to all the old stuff I was struggling with, and it opened up because I had a point of reference, scales, chords, and then the progressions was how the song was put together. So when I hear those changes, it's like, okay, I heard that in this song, in that song, in this song, and now they're using it in this one. So these changes. Stopped. right, so I'm halfway through the song and the now in a repeat portion. When I think of the goodness of Jesus, you look for the pattern. That's the smallwood run. We're in E. E flat. And I think the repeats for, let me just listen to the repeats. Let me get that bass note. I give you. Here we're starting in my headphones. So and as you can see, these chords, they are all clumped into one family. Minor, major seventh, minor, flat seven, B flat seventh, right? And then back to the E minor, which is the 1 in E minor, but the 6 in G flat major. All right, let me just listen to some more. Well, I've shared enough. I won't share anymore. Let me just listen to more. Okay, they keep repeating. Let me go a little ahead of the song. Okay, they go into a musical. All right, so I'm not going to do any more of this song. I've given, for the viewer who requested this song, quite a bit that they should be able to, just take that down, they should be able to listen to the song now and navigate the chords that were shown. Make sure the chord app is still working. Yes, it is. So it's just a matter of hearing where the chords are placed, listening to the choir singing, because their vocals are above the music. Sometimes the music goes, which is a scale. It's just a matter of hearing where the music is going and then assigning the chords there. Let me give a breakup of all this musical talking that I'm doing. Again, I'd like to welcome those who are here and invite you to share and leave your comments. I'm in battle, good battle with YouTube. I've posted up so many videos and I still can't figure out why they are not. Unless I can't figure it out, I understand the reasoning now and I accept it that they will not share my videos to my subscribers. And there's no way that I can force them to do it, as I've been checking with the AI geniuses, Gemini and ChatGPT. They both tell me the same thing. This is the new YouTube algorithm. They test my videos and everyone on a small subset. So if you've got, as I have, 42,000 subscribers and I post a video, you may not be picked to notify that my video has been put up. And I'm like, well, that's just not fair. No, what they want to make sure is that whoever views the content, that's who they want to share the video with. And if they get enough people who click for longer than 30 to 50 seconds, then they'll open it up to more people, but they will not send it to the subscribers who have subscribed to hear me talk about gospel music and my approach to instructing in it. So your comments and your likes help me to push them into pushing the video out, at least to those who might be interested what this old aging musician is talking about. I'm going to drop off a little bit and going to share some more of the AI music that I've been creating for the Christmas season. Let me pull up because I've got them all here. I've been sharing them, of course, on the channel that YouTube does not push out to my subscribers, but I want you to hear what's happening with me in the AI world. So let me just change my scene here, and we'll pull up another one of the Christmas compositions that I have been doing in the Suno world using, of course, Logic Pro and Dream Sonics and my AI virtual singing software to create the demo file. This is the technology part of what this channel is all about. Let me just change my scene.
Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free. From our fears and sins release us. Let us find our rest in thee. Born thy people to deliver. Born a child and yet a king. Born to reign in us forever. Now thy gracious kingdom bring. Yeah, born in the stillness, hope came alive. Love in the manger, open my eyes. Open my eyes. You came for me from a child to a king. You came for me. You came for me from a child to a king. You came for me from a child to a king. You came for me. You came for me from a child to a king. Heaven's promise, now I can see. You came for me. Oh, from a child to a king. Heaven's promise, now I can see. You came for me. From a child to a You came for me. From a child to a king. You came for me. From a child to a king. You came for me. From a child to a king. You came for me. From a child to a king.
Yes. Now, for those who are on the bandwagon of AI is going to destroy music, it's going to destroy weak music. Let me say that again because I can have this commentary because I've been around listening to music since I was a youngster, probably recognizing music at the age of 5 because my father was a church musician learning songs. He's playing James Cleveland's albums and telling me to get off the piano while he's learning songs. So I've been around various styles of music. And then when I was a instrumentalist in public school, New York City public system, we didn't learn gospel music. We learned the music of what they would call the world, jazz, big band, Caribbean music, calypso music. That's what I learned. The different movements, the different uh, intricacies of classical music. So when I got to church, all of a sudden I'm hearing hymns being played weekly. I'm like, gee, why are they playing that hymn? Oh, because they're reading out of a book. They are classically trained to read sheet music, and they sound like they're playing off the paper. No interjection of passing tones or embellishment or innovative ways to get from one verse to the next until they gave me my opportunity in 1973 at the age of 17 when I was able to get back to my home church after being away for 4 years and being indoctrinated into the different sounds of music. All of a sudden, I was able to interject into them um, some modern sounds. And what I'm doing now is what you're hearing me do is the very songs that I was able to rewrite in my head but could not put on paper for those who were the skilled musicians to play and of course singers to be able to sing based on what I hear. I'm now taking advantage, again, riding the wave of artificial intelligence using Suno to expand my limited thinking. I can't sing. You'll hear me belch out a couple of notes just from a point of reference. I can look at the piano and let me see. I think that's C. As I say, I'm relative pitched, a little between the bottom of and there. But I can find that note. So now that I know where C is, I can talk in the key of C, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, C, E flat, G, C, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E flat, D flat, C sharp, C. So I can hear the notes in my head, mutter them out in my ears, know that I'm relatively in that place. So when I hear a chord, bum, 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 A flat, B flat. So now I can hear that whole chord in my head. I can now mimic in my head, utter it from my voice so that I can see that I'm in the right place, go to the piano. So I missed a note, but then I found it once I knew the note that was incorrect within a constant scale, and I can go jazz. That's one of the songs we learned in jazz band. Four. So now I can add every element that I've been practicing in my head and on the piano in a very generic song and begin to build it out. We've got a request by Hezekiah, and thank you for coming in because I always do appreciate comments. Can you cover Jesus or What a Wonderful Child by Dr. G. Hayes? Okay, what does their version sound like? Let's pull it up and see what it sounds like. Because everyone has their approach to it. I have mine also, which, as you heard, I allow you, Suno, to expand on what I heard because the original file, if you haven't heard the original file that I did, it's very generic. In fact, let me pull it up. I should be able to trigger it, and it should play live on here. The original file was created in Logic Pro, and it was uploaded up to upload it up to Suno, and I then prompted how I wanted it to sound, and several prompts it took to get it to where it is right now. We're going to touch on that song. Just want to, since we're talking about it, let's pull up the what I created in Logic Pro as my demo file of Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. And I added a verse thanks to ChatGPT. I didn't use the original verse that everybody used. I wanted a modern verse. Let me see. There it is. Let's see if this plays through.
Oh, what a wonderful child.
So, let me start from again. So this is what I created in in Logic Pro with the Dreamtronics VST for vocal software.
Jesus, Jesus, so holy, meek and mild. New life, new hope, new joy he brings. Listen to the angels sing. Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King.
He was born into a world that's searching for peace. Light in the dark, bringing hope we all need. Love came down and it changed everything. Jesus the King, now let every heart sing.
Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King.
That's all I gave Suno. That's a demo track. And what you heard was what Suno, and they say, well, Suno stole from all the artists. Suno did what everybody else does, borrowed chords that were freely posted in all the different locations. So if you, in a sense, everything I post on the YouTube, every out of the 30,250 videos I have posted, I've given YouTube now permission to share all my chords with any service or site that's willing to pay for them. And I can't complain if I hear someone playing not my chords, but the chords I play. I think that's what we sometimes musicians get locked to. They believe they own the chords that they play. Well, if you put it out there, you've just given it away for someone to listen to. They're no longer yours in a sense. So let's look at Jesus, Oh, the Wonderful Child by Dr. G. Hayes. Let's hear what's different. Oh, I'll hear it. You can't hear it, so that I don't offend YouTube algorithm anymore. Child, Dr. The G. Hayes, I believe. You weren't supposed to hear that. Oh, you can't hear that. Okay. Let's see. And the Cosmopolitan Church, I guess that's the one. This is what they were doing back in my day. They would take a song and just speed it up and to add jazz to it, versus musically re-sculpting the song. I like to re-sculpt the song. So I'm gonna let you hear some of what they're doing so you can see what I'm talking about. Was that playing in the background? So that is the sped up version, choir friendly version. Basic one. Again, we're in B flat. Always like to be able to change the Chordy app to match the key we're in. We just got out of G flat, now we're in B flat. B flat, the melody from a choir standpoint, very few choirs will sing 3-part harmony, but in this case, it is a recording. So they're going to have 3-part harmony. Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. 10 mile, new life, new hope, new joy he brings. Listen to the angels sing. There's your 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your 7 chord. Glory, glory, glory to the newborn king. So that's the choir vocals, which means your chords and your melody is going to be in support of that. And they're doing jazz. Which means you've got to have a somewhat comfortable jazz background, which means you got to know the pops. The walk up. Flat 7, 6, 2, 5, 1. This is the jazz of that era of music, and a lot of churches were using that. A lot of James Cleveland jazz, I should say. And I'm sure the verse is going to go into the traditional. The 2, the 5, the 4, the 4, glory, glory, glory. So what happens here from an actual lesson standpoint, how comfortable are you playing jazz licks? Because that's what this song is. It's jazz. That is jazz, flat out jazz. Walking bass, what do they call that? There's a term for what I was doing. Well, the walking bass, the bebop scale. Flat 7, 6, flat 3, 2, 5, 1. So let me just listen to see if I'm right about, you can't hear it, what they're doing with the lead, and I'll just play along with it. Again, this is traditional. The lead. 2, 5, 1, 4, 6, 2, 5. Jesus, Jesus. Oh, what a wonderful time. Jesus. 2, 5. Up to the 1. New life, new hope, new joy. He brings 4. Listen. Walk up. Glory, glory, glory to the 2, 5, 1. Let's see if I can lower this down, because these chords are your traditional ones. I'm going to lower down the song a little bit so I can play over it so that you can hear where these chords are going to fit. And this is for Hezekiah, who mention this song. So let's go back to the lead second time. So we're back to the beginning. Jesus. Now I threw in the turn, or you could have gone, or you could have gone, or the turn. All of these are jazz moves, jazz movements. I think some musicians like to claim everything as being spirit-led. It's jazz. Why? Because I was there when we were doing this in high school. We weren't spirit-led playing jazz. That's how I was able to adapt these movements to hymns or to congregational songs. It's just one's approach to music. All right, so there's not much more in the songs I think I can cover. Let me just make sure there's not a vamp. If there is, the vamp is traditional. You just scoot ahead. You can't hear it, I can. Okay, they have that. Oh, that's where that came from. So that's where I got those changes from. I'm listening to it now, and I remember in my church choir, they had me learn this song. Because now these changes I'm hearing, the Jesus. I'll let you hear what that is. Because as soon as I heard it, I said, wait a minute, I remember those changes. I did that in my church choir. Yes, 40 years ago. This is what they're doing at this part of the song. All right, so that's all that I can show. I've played more than I should have. Hopefully I get a slap on the wrist. No more than that. But yes, these are the traditional chords for this version. They did, as they say, add a little more to the mix, sped it up a little bit, gave it the, how can I coin this? Gave it some, I'll call it contemporary movement, to go up to the G flat. I hope that gives you a better approach to it. It's the kind of song that you should have fun when you're playing. I often say, if you hear the block chords, these are the block chords. These are the block chords. New life, new hope, new joy he bring. Block chords. Listen to the angels. These are the block chords. Glory, glory, glory. There's that tritone on a 6. There's your tritone, newborn king. Glory to the newborn king. jazz. Ba, 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 ba. Ouch. There we go. And yes, if you can play in G minor, you can play in B flat, because B flat is G minor. Scales, chords, progressions. It means to be fluent with the jazz scales to play gospel. Whoa! Gospel music is jazz, thanks to the introduction of Tommy Dorsey's style of music. He was a jazz composer, so he brought jazz flavoring into the traditional gospels, which were hymns, anthems, and spirituals, because that's what my church had a steady diet of that. This song wouldn't have gone well over in my church when I started playing, because they were not into the jazz sound. They would have been X'd out by the old pastor. Yes, they are the traditional, let me see. O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come, ye, to Bethlehem. This is what my home church was. Come and behold him, for the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore. Minor hymn, Christ the Lord. That's what was allowed in my church. But when I got a chance to play the piano, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. We're in the key of F. There it is. Go straight. No. And they will look frown. Well, wait a minute. No, that's not how the song goes. Then y'all just sing and let me just chord behind it. Christ, turn around. Turn around. 6 major. G flat, A flat. Rest on the 5. Stay in the 5. G flat. That glissando you would get with a, what do they call that thing? I forget the name of it. And that's what I would do. I would help them to bring out the sound of the traditional hymns, adding some of the flair and flavor you would get from a classical or a big band production. Again, not to show up those who were trained classically, but just to add a little seasoning to the music. And the congregation, I believe, enjoyed uh, the flavoring because they came back the next week to hear more music. But that's what music is. It's more than just playing so that you feel good about it, but you're playing to an audience. Some will make um, the the notion that you're playing to God, and I've often said, well, if God knows my beginning and end, He knows what I sound like already. It's the people who I'm in front of who haven't heard what I sound like, so I have to be at my best every time I sit down to the piano. And at that time, I did rarely touch the organ because they had three organists at that time. But when I got the chance to play the Steinway, 6 foot Steinway Grand, I played it like a Steinway piano. If we were doing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, movement, we're in the key C of now, back to F. Joyful all ye nations, my chain join the triumph of the B flat angelic. G minor host proclaim. C or B flat is on in left flat and that's the big band sound. Hark the herald angel sing. But now we're back in C, glory to an F. The jazz turn on, and I'd always give it a change key. And then resolve. That's what I brought, as they say, to the table for your traditional hymns, especially around the Christmas time. That was my favorite time because we were singing all hymns and I could morph them into a different sound that you wouldn't normally hear in a traditional Kojic church, Church of God in Christ, which is um, faster step up than the Baptist church. Kojic did come out of the Baptist ministry. People don't like to talk about that, but that's the history that I found out. Yes, Kojic came from Baptist, which is why I couldn't understand why in the Kojic church we had Baptist hymnals and why do we have ushers that marched like the Baptist church and we had songs that mimicked the Baptist church except for hold to his hand. You never heard that in the Kojic church, but you heard everything else. They had their Yes Lord praise, which I also morphed into a different sound than what the musicians who were there during my tenure. They played it straight, tried to make it like a jazz song. I made it like an actual song using additional jazz chords. All right, so let's look at one that came in earlier. I wanted to get to. This is why I came on live because it was a song posted for a hymn, not a hymn, but it's not a hymn. Let me just change my scene to what that request was. Not you. Let's move this. Every time I change something, I mess up my point of view. All right. There was a request for a song. Oh, yes. Something good is going to happen to you. Jesus is passing by. Piano tour by Carl Thorne. I think I know the version he wants. I played that in my home church. And it was usually a song that the then pastor, just passed recently, would only sing because it wasn't written down in any kind of a chord book. But it was something good is going to happen to you. And it's got the big band sound. Now, they didn't put down what key, which is always one question when you make a request for a song. Well, if you don't have a reference for me to look at, I have to pick a key. So I'll go with the key of C, because C is where a lot of musicians that do request um, me to break down songs, sometimes they'll ask me to put a song that is in E flat down in the key of C, and I think it's because they're comfortable playing in C and they know where to get the transpose button. And I'm like, no, if it's in E flat, learn it in E flat, and then you can play it in C. But so the key is C. We look at the scale. Now I'm not going to sing. I thought of creating a track of it singing with my Dreamtronic standalone software. I might still do that, but I think I can do this one out. Something good is going to happen. Scales happen to you. Happen. Half step. Something good is going to happen to you. Now he used to sing Jesus of Nazareth is coming your way, was what my late pastor used to sing. He says, what did he request it? He wanted it to be something to have you, Jesus is passing by. He didn't finish all the lyrics, which is, again, something that I'm going to have to request, that if you're going to give lyrics, give me a song title. But let me do this. You don't see this. I'm going to do a search for these lyrics to see if it'll give me, because it may be different lyrics. I'm not perfect. Search Google for something good. Okay, name that hymn. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, there's a lot more. Okay, I see the chorus. Jesus of Nazareth is passing your way. So there's a opening part of it, which I've never learned, because all I ever heard was the chorus. So I'm just going to give them the chorus. Let's see if I'm able to do this. I've never tried this before. Well, let's put it in. Yeah, I can do this. I'm going to paste the lyrics as part of the chat, and then pull the lyrics into here. So you can see why I say it's so important to know the memory. So in the key of C, something good before is going to happen to you. Gonna turn on the 6, and we'll stay minor. Gonna diminish now. Happen to you. Gonna drop it down. Now we're gonna go to the 5. Happen to you. Passing something for good to going 5 to happen to the 3. Now this is a 6 chord, but look at what we're using. Diminished chord. Jesus of Nazareth. We'll go with a major 7th, flat 7th, flat 7th, A7th. Is passing your way. So the entire song, it's a scale. And when it's in a scale, that means you're open up to every chord that's in that scale. From a number system, I gave you the number for the bass player, but I threw in the chords that support the melody. Passing them. An arpeggio is a broken chord. The thumb turn 2, 3, 4, 6 to diminished chord on the 4 sharp. These are the jazz tones. 5, flat 7, back to the 6, passing tone. When I go into the 2, that's the chord. Passing your way. Again, I heard it sung differently in my home church, and that's what keeps popping up in my head. That's why I posted the words to give you the picture of what happens with a melody, and it is part and partially built on a scale. So now you can change keys. Jazz turn. Melody on top. Stay right there, but just change your note. Jesus of Nazareth is passing. Change down chord. Your way. Your way. D major. Five. Turn on the flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7, flat 7. I want to say A flat, but it should be G sharp, but A flat, and then C major. Two, 6. That's the chord I wanted to do. Flat 7. This is when, again, musically, what you want to be able to hear is whatever key you go to, is how can you embellish on what you've been doing. This is the Hawkins turn. flat 7, 5, okay, we're not going to go to E major. All right, so that should help our viewer who requested that song. I put it in C, and I went four modulations up from C up to E flat in case they wanted to do it in any of those keys. Basic melody. Once you got the melody down, assign chords to follow the melody wherever it goes, and then look for those, those jazz turns as I did. And I've shown you where the fingering is, and with the Chordy app, you see their chord names assigned to the positions that the bases, which is for the number system, and the chords are in support of the melody line. Now, there was another request for a Kirk Franklin song, Jesus is the Reason, which I've never played before, but I understand the Kirk Franklin chord movements. Jesus is the reason. Yes, he is. It's a Christmas song. Where is it now? I did see it in there. How come I don't see it now? That's an Albertine on Northcaster. Where is that? Jesus is the Reason. Where'd it go? I know I saw it in there. Why is it not there? Not that far back. Just scroll. There it is. Can you do Jesus is the Reason by Kirk Franklin? It's 2 days ago. So I've never learned this song, but I have heard it from the original album when it came out. I cannot air that one. Definitely, they will come after me. So let me go pull it up. Because Kirk Franklin chords are just that. They're Kirk Franklin chords. Once you know them in one song, you know them in 20 of his songs. Jesus is the Reason. There it is for the season, Kirk Franklin. Okay, yes, I remember this album when it came out. You can't hear it, but I can. Get past the ad. Want to get the key. Angels we have heard on high. E flat. That's where they're going to be. Angels we have heard. That's where they're starting at. But I don't think that's the key they're going to stay in. Let me just make sure. Yeah, they do stay in the E flat. All right, so these are non-traditional church chords. This is like a concert song. But I guess in this day and age, when you got young people in your services, they want to do what's popular that they can hang with. So let me give you the opening. I'll let you hear that traditional. It's the only traditional part of the song you're going to hear, the opening. Fair use, the opening of the song, a cappella. As you can hear, they're ready to get into it. It's almost like a club atmosphere, R&B chords. So let me just get these chords just to find the pattern for them. You can't hear it, but I can. Let me see. Gonna turn on this. Okay. So the pattern is going to be set by the bass. For those who like the number system, 6, 7, 2, 3, 6, 2. 5, 6, 7, 3. But these are your R&B chords. And I'll let you hear these chords so that you can see why my ears are going, huh? Let me go back a little bit when it comes in. All right, so these are the chords I'm working with. So I'm allowing my ears to try to decipher because there's a lot going on here.
Put your hands together, come on. You better ask somebody. Santa Claus ain't got no business.
All right. So for the viewer who requested this song, as I often say, what is your skill level? To be able to hear what the vocals are doing, what the music is doing in a R&B, jazz, funk kind of a way. These chords. And if you look at this chord and break it down, take off all the notes, there's your E flat, there's your whole tone, then this chord is in, look at the scale, B flat. All right, so cannot you hear any more? Let's find the pattern, because they're singing all throughout this. Okay, I've got my iPad in the background, making sure I can hear the music, and I'm hearing them say, what's the singing coming from? All right, so it's R&B and jazz. We're in C minor, E flat. Because I keep hearing this note. So that's what you're going to hear coming up, but you're still hanging in the. So you are locked into the chords. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff happening which you need additional musicians to be able to do. Let me just listen a little further what changes in the song. Put your hands together. Come on, come on. Put your hands together. Oh. No, no, he is. He's the reason. Okay, he is. This chord is in E flat and in C minor. They share they both share the same notes. He's the reason. There we go. He is, there it is. He's the reason. All I can say, he is. Turn. He's the reason. So that is your bass line chord. Again, there's a lot happening with the bass player, but I'm just giving you the piano chord. This is for the viewer who requested this song. Again, your skill level has to be to this song to be able to hear everything I'm not showing you. I'm already in trouble. If anything, don't make me take down this video, but I'll let you hear what's happening here. So you can see where my ears are tuned to notes, omitting what the choir is doing, or bringing all that in.
Come on, put your hands together. Come on, put your hands together. Come on, put your hands together.
Okay, we're past that point. That's where I'm getting the chords from. Yes, I can think about something different and throw it in. So I think those are all the chords that should help this viewer get through that song, because Kirk Franklin, when he switches his chords, they're all within the same mindset, major to minor, back into the minor. And it's just a matter of just aligning up the vocals. So let me just make sure, because again, I've never played this song. I've heard it, swayed my head with it, but never really played it. But I can hear where the notes are coming from. So I'm going past to see what it's going at. Same chords. All right, so then the last chord. He is, as I often say, go back over the video and you will see where the chords are based upon the scales that the song is in. So again, thanking you all for coming and spending some time with me here um, on a Wednesday evening, earlier than I normally do. But 2006, if you haven't been watching, I am pivoting a lot of what I've been doing on this channel. Less videos, breakdowns for a reason. I need to get, um, as they say, riding the wave of this AI world. I just signed up for text to video and pictures to video. I've already used up my whole month's allotment for taking a picture and putting a video to it. I'm not willing to put out the hundreds of dollars they want for the professional, so I got it under the lowest amount. And I've already used up my monthly allotment, so now I can't do the other thoughts I want to be able to do is to create an actual presentation with videos from pictures I have made on another site I use, or the same site that actually creates videos. Again, I've got so many production ideas in my head that I want to do for 2006 that I have to step away from all the viewer requests, and they've shortened. They're not as many as they were, I would say, 5 years ago when I was fielding maybe 10 requests a day and I was doing maybe 4 or 5 videos a day just to keep up. Now they've sort of narrowed down to 1 or 2 a day, which is good because I'm sort of immersing myself in the AI world on purpose. I don't want to miss whatever is going to be available to the content creation on the YouTube platform because I'm also sharing with my TikTok page and with my Instagram page the creations that I'm using, knowing that I have feedback from those who feel that what AI is doing is taking jobs away from musicians and singers. Welcome, Elijah. Vincent Bohannon he's like that upper Thai tribute type. I'll take a listen to it though. So my intent is to scale back doing viewer requests maybe to once a month live, and I'll get to as many as I can live, and then I will notify those who put the comments in that it is on a live, and I will remind myself to do the time code so they can go see where I covered their song. But I would think after 19 years of showing every chord and how it is formed, that those who have been with me during that 19-year period has an understanding of how I can listen to a song and find the song within the scales. Yes, I will talk to the number system for those who haven't weaned off it yet. I never learned the number system. I learned scales, notes, chords, progressions, modes, which is could either be minor, major, or diminished. These are all the things that I learned in the music of my day. This day, of course, now it's all number system depending upon what genre of songs you're doing, but there'll be a pivot back. I feel that they're going to be a weaning off of the easy as musicians going to want to be challenged. Why? Because from what I've been in my research of listening to a lot of other content creators, there's talks of 7 million songs being created on Suno every day. And I'm certainly not creating 7 million of those songs, but I've got maybe 54 songs done in the last 6 weeks. And I had to scale back a bit because I was losing time from, again, doing what I love to do is to help musicians become the best version of themselves. But then I got to realize that there's no one out there doing gospel. And I will share another one of my gospel um, rewrites of this seasonal music. I'm going to share another one of those to show you that where I'm going with it, because I realized that there's a niche that's not being covered. No one is doing the traditional gospel revamped using the actual Suno production world, where you could take one song and get many different versions from the one demo file. So let me touch on For the Rest of My Life by Vincent Bohannon. This is a request. I often don't want to leave out those who are coming to the channel. So we're going to look at For the Rest of My Life by Vincent Bohannon and see what it sounds like. Again, I don't know every song, but with time I can learn any song. And it pops up the first one. Did I touch this already? No, I did not. And I always go for the album version, not a live version. That's where the actual, purest music is caught there. Oh, okay. This is old Chicago Community Choir version. I learned the original of this song. All right. So again, I learned the original. All they did was to modernize it. B flat. Yep, B flat. Again, not perfect pitch, but relatively perfect pitch. So let me give you the lesson version, and then we'll look at how they modernize it. Because I played this song, at least 3 or 4 times a year. For the rest of my life, I will serve you or thee. I shall not stray from your love. I think that's it. Turn for I won't turn back. The walk up. The turn 3, I will serve him forevermore. I'm gonna go. Let's see what they did on this version. That's how I learned it back then. Okay, they did a change there. So they went a different version. Again, these are the Hawkins chords. Did they stay straight or go? Put that tritone. Let's see, how did they finish it? Okay, they finish. How'd they finish? Okay. All right, everybody has their own touch. So now that I heard the song in their version, I'm merging it with the version that I learned and then stripping out what I learned and including the updated version. For the rest of my life, I will serve him astray from his love. And this is the 4-1 turn to get to the 4, but a 1 chord. I won't turn back. For the rest of my life. 7-3-6? No. Because we're in a different key. This is the 7-3-6 in F. 6. So you got that 4-1, 5 or 4, flat 7-1. Now, if you change keys, you're in B flat, D flat, 2-5, and then back into the 1. See, I am shrinking the chord purposely. I can stretch, but you may not be. So stretch it down, and that's all it is. Add more to it. So, and that's going to be the first part. That's going to be the first part. There was another question that came up. Sorry, I got to go back and look. Oh, yes, that's it. Could you play that in and post it on YouTube? That would be a great help. Well, this will stay up on this live, and I'll put a timestamp so that you can come to it. But once you've listened to the song, there's only 2 parts to this entire song, unless they've added something to it. Through the storm and the rain, through sickness and pain, for the rest of my life. Serve him I'm sure that's what it is. I haven't heard the rest of the song, but that's the blueprint they put out there. So let's go to that point. Through the storm. Oh, they're going to change key. They stayed up there in the rain. Let me just listen to it. Or so they made it big band. For the rest of my life. big band sound. That's jazz. What scale is that? The pentatonic scale, a jazz scale. Through the storm, which means you've got to have the reach for the big band sound, at least to match the sound on this recording. Storm, if you don't have the reach, if you don't have this reach, you tend to stay right in the rain, ooh, sickness and pain. That is a different set of chords they use there. Okay, so you do that. So the storm and the sickness and what's it like doing? E major. All right, so now we're in E major. Now, E major is B flat and C sharp as far as you can do to get to these chords. Never be afraid of B major. Through the storms and the rain, just walk it up. Sickness. Get used to saying these chords for E major, for B major. For the rest of my life. Now this change is now a lot easier. Think of B flat. Now you do this chord all the time when you're in the A minor, A flat. Why? Because B major and A flat minor use the same notes. So once you get comfortable, turn. Yes, I'm shooting a live. Hold on, let me go mute so I can help you out. Yeah, I got someone here visiting me. Be right back. Okay, I had to move something so somebody could get up into where I am. So B major is A flat minor. Oops. Hit that on the way out. I see. So if you're used to doing you're playing in B major. You just don't know it because you didn't go to the 1. Same chords, just where your bass note falls, which starts your scale note. So through the storm, and you get to look at the chord, see where it's all formed, and the rain sickness and pain. There's your tritone. Then go for your walk up. For the rest of my life, and turn. Now, in the part of the song I'm at, they're in unison. So those are the chords for Elijah, who requested this song. There's not much more I can show you to this song unless they go up to C. Let me go see if they go up to C. How much time is there left? They may just go up to C. Let me just listen if they do. Nope, they stay in the B major. So B major, again, if you don't practice in B major, and where does practice begin, especially on my channel? It begins here. More than one scale, and as many as you can get in, all the way back down. Why? Because you want to hear every note there is in that scale. And when you practice a minor scale, you're actually playing a minor. When you practice a major scale, you're actually practicing a minor scale, starting from the 3rd note. So the 3rd note, the 6th note. The 6th note is A flat major. No, yeah, A flat minor. And there's your major. There's your minor, major, minor. So you can borrow the chords that you would hear in the major and the minor of whatever scale you happen to be in, which is how gospel music borrows from the big band, as this song does, from the jazz tones, from any song it possibly can. As someone is composing a song and they give it to the producer, he says, okay, we're going to do this to the song. And the skill level determines how well produced the song is. As you can see, B major, I'm not afraid of it because I do practice songs purposely in B major just to keep my ears in tune, and the changes. The minute I saw A flat. All right. So, not a problem. I will put a Timecode stamp when I started this song, and you will see all the chords that match exactly, the full chords and the shortened chords, because I never know how, if you don't have, you may not have this reach. I do. So I can get that full sound. If I want to go gospel, C, F sharp, F major, F sharp. I want a tritone in there. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, see, now I gotta get that chord because I hear it in my head. Dun, dun, dun. It's a chord I do all the time. Dun. There it is. Now I got to work on this chord. Okay, put it in the work on for me. I don't do shouting music anymore. All right, so I think I'm going to bring this to a close. I've got guests in the house, and I always like to make sure that they're not touching things that I don't want them to knock down. So let's go to another of the songs I created in Suno for the Christmas or the holiday season. Let's remove your request, and then we'll bring this live, which has been on for 2 hours and 32 minutes, doing good, to a close. Let's pull up that page.
Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, the sky is bright, glory to God in the highest. On the night that Christ was born, shepherds watched their flocks by night. The angels sang with pure delight.
and there's more planned for 2026. Have a blessed evening, everyone, and thanks for watching. Peace. Peace out.